Name?
My name is Sandra.
Where are you from? And tell me something about your country.
I'm from Lisbon, Portugal. My country is a beautiful, small country with a huge coastline to the Atlantic Ocean and with nice people, very beautiful beaches and nature places.
So, what do you think about the project All Without Borders?
I think it's a very interesting project because it can give the opportunity to people to meet other nationalities and to have an intercultural experience, which is very important nowadays with the globalization. So I think it's very, very important that the European Union continue to support these associations and these organizations so that they can have these projects happening and give this opportunity to young people.
Okay, and the last, what do you think about human rights?
I think human rights are something that all the governments must take care, and all the citizens must be aware of the human rights and protest and contact and make pressure on their governments so that the human rights in their country can be respected. I also think that human rights is not an easy issue, and we must reflect and think about human rights because there are also different cultures and different intercultural and cultural perspectives that sometimes can collide with the human rights, and we must think about this.
Perfect, thank you very much. What's your name?
My name is Sandra.
Where are you from? And tell me something about your country.
I'm from Portugal. Portugal is a very, very nice country. It's very friendly. We have very friendly people there, and we like to welcome, all people there from all nationalities and religions. So I hope see you there soon.
What do you think about the project All Without Borders?
I think it's a very important person. I think youth people, should be, engaged in such type of activities, and in this particular project, people should, become more sensitive, about human rights, about poverty, about social exclusion, and about all the situations that that we see every day. So, and I think the most important thing is to give people ideas, and so they can implement projects in their countries to find solution to all of these problems.
Perfect. The last, what do you think about human rights?
Human rights. It's something that is essential. In all people's life, and it's up to us, as humans, to defend and to be sure that these rights, are being respected, in all over the world. And I think, people, inside their communities, they have responsibilities, and they should, get together. They should, organize in in organizations or in communities to make sure that in the area that people live, these human rights, are being respected. That's all.
What's your name?
Hello, my name is Kareem, and I'm from Portugal.
Perfect. So, where are you from? And tell me something about your country.
Okay.
Come on.
Well, I didn't mention, but I'm from Portugal. And
What's your name?
my name is Kareem.
And where are you from? And tell me something about your country.
I'm from Portugal, and my country is beautiful. We have a lot of things, so I would say to everyone to go there and discover a lot of things that we have, from food to great culture.
What do you think about the project All Without Borders?
Well, the project has been very It has been very interesting. I have been enjoying it a lot. The activities, also the people that has been participating on it. They are great persons, and it's a really good opportunity. I guess everyone should try it at least one.
And the last, what do you think about human rights?
Human rights. I think human rights, it's the basic rights that everyone should has access to live with dignity.
Finish? Kareem.
Thiago.
Where are you from? And tell me something about your country.
I'm from Portugal. Portugal is a very nice country. People are very kind to with each other, and especially to newcomers, to foreigners. And it's a country full of joy in the people's mind and in the people's spirit, and full of also are very emotive people. And it's beautiful, beautiful beaches, beautiful countryside, and nice cities.
What do you think about the project All Without Borders?
I think it's a very interesting project to have young people from abroad, from all around the world, to come together and discuss and debate and think, make them think about human rights. And I think it's in the future it can have a positive impact in the world if we start making some activism through many forms in the work we do in our organization, through petitions or especially through the work we do in our organizations. And if we can cooperate between countries, even better. I think, yeah, it's an interesting project.
And the last, what do you think about human rights?
I think human rights, it's very important to have a list or a document that says these are the human rights that all human beings must respect and that all human beings have. I think that worldwide the human rights are not so respected, especially in the southern countries, like in continents like Africa, Asia, and South America. But I'm amazed when human rights violation happen still in Europe, because Europe is supposed to be developed and we promote ourselves to the world as developed countries. And I think development, it's very important that everybody has money, that everything is clean, that everything is well constructed. That is very important. But first is the human beings. The human beings are the most important thing. So you can have everything, but if you don't respect all human beings, I think it's very wrong. And I was amazed by the video of Greece and Malta also. Because they show that they still have refugee camps where people live for years sometimes, and they have no conditions. They sleep with rats and no hygiene conditions, and I think it's crazy. And I think in Europe we should do a better work of integration of immigrants, especially, and more gender balance, equality between men and women. And I think that's what I have to say about human rights.
Perfect, thank you. What's your name?
Liliana.
Where are you from? And tell me something about your country.
Something about what?
Your country.
In general?
Yeah, what do you think about your country? Tell me something, what do you want?
I came from Portugal. I think my country is really beautiful, has a lot of things to discover. Yeah, it's a really interesting country.
And what do you think about the project All Without Borders?
I think it's related with human rights. I think it's a good way of working, like taking people from different countries and putting them together, living together, working together, and sharing some perspectives, some different perspectives about their country and their education. And I think is a really good way of working on this topic.
Perfect. And the last, what do you think about human rights?
Well, it's a difficult question. I think human rights are are a good basis of working. Are not really happening in every country, with all people. But I think there's a lot of people that are interested in this topic and really doing something and making connections and partners to make that happen. And I think that is really important. And about youth and human rights, I think youth people they have an important role relating with human rights. It's like we have the energy that most of people don't really. They lived a lot, and sometimes they can't believe in a better. It's difficult to believe in a better future, and I think young people can make some different things. So human rights can be respected and could be could have a really compromise.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Liliana.